Well, here we are. I actually finished them. They haven't been varnished yet, but this is the single wolf. There are no cells on this paint. As you can see, I didn't get that little bit out, but for a first time, I don't think that's too bad. Love this bit up here. This one, as you see, lots of little cells. So just to show that you don't have to have any of this special stuff to get everything done. I just really enjoyed them. Now, I only used masking tape for the shapes. So I did have leakage, but as you can see, because of the way that I decided to do this, that wasn't a problem. This was my worst leakage. This is the Raven one. As you can see, lots and lots of leakage, but the edges are very well defined, which is what I need. This one, this one I am going to do slightly different. But before I get on to that, let me put these to one side. I saved as much as I could from the Raven bit because I really liked the centre. So I'm going to save that bit of skin. Unfortunately, I couldn't save the Ravens. And the skin left over from the painting is actually quite interesting. So this is all the leftover paints I had. I just poured on, and this is the reverse side. So quite bright. This is the pouring side. And there are some interesting little snippets here and there of it, so I'm quite pleased. You'll have to excuse my voice, I've been incredibly ill. So much as I am a very impatient person, I didn't have to wait for this as such because I've been ill in bed. So I didn't have to wait for it to dry. So yes, and the only thing I'm worried about doing this one is because the acrylic paint may stay quite sticky, and that's not what I need with what I'm going to do next. So she says, trying to unpeel the bits that she stuck over. You don't want the paint to fold over on itself because it really does just wreck it. So that's the first two done. Now on to this one. So let me get set up and I will finish this one. Okay, so once again I'm going to use items that I already have in my craft room. So I used to be a qualified nail technician, so I have lots of this, which is metal leaf, and there's all sorts of different colours in here, which I thought would go rather well. And this is gold size, which is acrylic adhesive for metal leaf. I just got this one by a company called Polyvine, and that came from Amazon. Now this you can paint on and leave it for a good 24 hours, and it will always stay sticky because that is the nature of the acrylic glue. It will always stay sticky. You just have to make sure, because you can't see. I mean, I suppose I could put some dye in it so in case I wanted to see it a bit better. But all I'm going to do is going to paint this on and then go away for 24 hours and then come back. So this is quite a boring bit. But where I've got this nice lip here, it's very easy to just paint the size into the gap. So I'm going to do that all over, and then I'll come back tomorrow and we'll see how it goes with the gold leaf and what that looks like. Okay, so I've waited a few hours, and as you can see, the size, the glue is all clear, which means that it's ready. I did put 2 layers on because this is untreated wood, and I didn't want it to to all soak in. So I'm waiting for this to refocus now. How typical. Refocus. Focus, 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 focus. Yay! This is going to go everywhere the minute I open it. I know it is. I'm trying to have no drafts in this room. But it does go everywhere, so. Oh, I hope this works. Okay, this is quite a rough brush that I'm using. It's not particularly soft. I do have a soft brush, but I have found that with if you're using metal flakes rather than whole leaf, a slightly rough brush does actually work much better. I think when this is actually varnished, it will really bring out the gold as well. There we go. I'm stoked with that. As the saying goes over here, stoked I am. Means I'm very pleased. There we go. I am really happy with the way that turned out. It turned out pretty much as I expected. I'm just going to quickly save my few flakes. Now, when you buy metal flakes are a lot cheaper than metal leaf, and you do get a lot more in a pack. I've had this more than 10 years, and as you can see there is a lot in there, and I've probably used about half of it in the 10 years, and even now I can pick up this for about less than £10, a lot less than £10, and there is an awful lot in there. There's some beautiful colours in there. Right, so let's go get the other two, and I will show you them first. They are all dry. Not actually varnished yet, but I think when they're varnished, that's going to be really lovely. So there you go. My very first attempt at acrylic pouring. Three very, very different pieces of artwork. Three very, very different looks. But I think we can call that a success. So there you go. Like I said, they have to be varnished yet. I know that brings out the colours quite a bit. If I have time, I will record a quickie and say this is what they look like finished completely. But for now, there we go, and I'm pretty pleased. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I've given them one coat of varnish, and it's brought up the gold leaf, lovely. This is going to need at least one more coat though. So there we go. Once again, my first attempt at acrylic pouring. Absolutely loved it. It's quite relaxing, and I shall definitely be doing it again. And like I said, this does need more coats of varnish, but I will get to that eventually. So okay, all done, all finished.